All right, class. First off, as always, good day. I'm glad you're here. So, this lesson, just like the previous one, is pretty short. So, it's going to go by pretty fast. So, don't be expecting a long video. Okay. Now, I'd highly encourage you to listen to this whole video because, again, it is short. And again, you really should listen to the video and not just skip through because there's some important stuff on here. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. So here is your warm-up picture. Now, like I said just a second ago, that you really should be listening to the video because there's important stuff. And one of those important things is um, a little couple announcements is I messed up on these these worksheets and on this PowerPoint. So instead of having um, you guys watching this video right now, do more work, I'm basically going to do the same thing for you guys as I did with the students who were in class that day. Now, you may have noticed the warm up doesn't have a question. It says to analyze a picture and justify your response. Because again, I forgot to put the question. So here is that question, the same one I gave the classes. Um, and that is, do you think, because again, if you look at the guy with the baseball bat, he's right there, and the other guy's selling helmets. So my question to you is this: do you think these two guys are in on this thing together, like a scam? Or do you think the guy selling the helmets, he got his head bashed in at one point and said, you know what? I can make money off of this by selling helmets before people get to that area where that guy has the bat. Which one do you think seems more plausible? More like, yeah, I can see that happening. Okay. Again, do you think both those two guys are in on it, like a scam type of thing going on? Or do you think that the guy who's selling the helmets got his head bashed in and basically said, you know what, I can make money off this? Okay, so that's your warm up picture. Go ahead and pause the video, write your response, okay, because we're moving on in three, two, one. So we've been talking about demand, which is again about you, the consumer, the buyer, and we've talked about how when price is low, that's the best time to buy and things like that. Okay, now we're gonna switch our mentality to the sellers. Okay, and it's basically the opposite, of the consumer. So, supply is the amount of a product that would be offered for sale at all possible prices that could prevail in the market. Okay. So, basically, it's like anything, any price where something would be sold at. Okay. Here's the thing, the law of the supply, the principle that suppliers would normally offer more for sale at a high price and less at a low price. Okay, so I give the example of companies want to make as much money as possible with getting rid of as little of their supply as possible. So in class, I gave the example: if your grandparents, you know, gave you 100 diamonds, like pure diamonds, and somebody came to you and said, "I'll pay you $10 for each diamond you have," would you sell them? And every single student in that class, well, in all four classes, said the same thing. No, I would not sell pure diamonds for $10 a piece. And I asked why. And they go, because you can make more. And that's exactly the mentality of the business person when it comes to supply. They don't want to sell things at really low price when they know it can sell for higher. So they want to sell it as get high as possible. So I asked the same other question too on the reverse side. If someone said, I'll pay you $50,000 per diamond, would you sell it? Now, some students in class said, oh, yeah, I'd sell them all. And then there were some students who said, I might not sell all of them. I might sell some, but I wouldn't sell all of them. I told them why. And they said the perfect answer. Because if someone's willing to buy it for $50,000, there might be somebody else who might be willing to buy it for $70,000 or $90,000. And that's exactly the right answer when you are the seller. Again, you want to sell it for the highest price you can get. And if someone's willing to pay a good chunk of money for something, let's say like a pencil, that it doesn't cost that much, but they're willing to buy it for that price, you better sell it to them. Because again, the price they're willing to pay is up here, and the price of the item is down here. That's a profit. You'll be making some money. So yeah, okay. And chances are, there's a small chance, but there's still a chance that somebody will be willing to pay a little bit more. Okay. Now the supply curve or supply schedule, I'm sorry, it's just like the demand schedule. So instead of the uh, the line going from down to up, or instead of going from up to down for the demand, this one for supply is going from down to up. So this chart basically is from Starbucks. I got this years and years ago, but basically it's saying here how much are they willing to sell a cup of coffee, at that price. So for $0, they're like, we're not selling anything. We're not giving away anything away for free. So yeah, at $1, it's like, we'll probably sell like 3 cups of coffee, max 3 cups. Okay, because again, they need to make some money, but they're not willing to sell all their coffee for $1. Now, here's the thing, like I told the people in class: if people are willing to buy, let's say, a black coffee, right? Black coffee has nothing in it. It's just water going through the beans and through the filter, and that's it. If people are willing to spend $6 for that, just a regular black coffee, Starbucks is like, yeah, we'll definitely sell however many cups you want of that. Because they then know, hey, if this person wants cream, they want this or that, they want cinnamon or any other extras, they can add on to the price because they know people are willing to buy black coffee at $6. That's a base, that's the minimum they're willing to pay. Then you can charge whatever you want. Okay. Um, so there's that. So again, if people are willing to pay for a high price for something, as the seller, yeah, you want to sell them at that price or maybe even higher if you could. Okay. Now, here's another part where I was talking about at the very beginning where I messed up. I did not add the side chart. So what I did is I told the students in class was I'm going to tell you right here is you see how the chart on your paper to the side there's that little blank white area. Okay, so basically, I don't know if you can see where my mouse is. Like on this area where on your paper, just put no graph. If you put that down, you will get um, credit for this question. Okay, or for this part. Okay, that's all you have to put. So be sure you put that down. Now, quantity supplied. This is the amount that producers bring to the market at any given price. So like I was telling the students in class, you know, there's a legend that diamonds are rare. Guys, they're not rare at all. But the thing is, diamonds are controlled. They're released out to the public, so many a year. Because the thing is, you have to remember, if diamonds have been around since like close to the dawn of man, people have been using them and things like that. Um, if diamonds are so rare, then how come so many people have them? Think about like all the sports championships for the past 30 years that have been sporting a ring. They are glittered with diamonds and jewels and things like that. You know, think about all these rappers since like the 90s to now. Okay, that's just 30 years where these guys are, iced out with a bunch of diamonds on their necklaces and watches and things like that. Even in their teeth and their grill. If diamonds are rare, then how come these guys, they have all this diamonds and stuff like that, and they've never ran out because again, diamonds aren't rare. Okay, they're controlled, and because they're controlled, they can keep the price up. Now, a change in quantity supply. This is the amount is changed, or sorry, amount offered for sale in response to a change in price. Okay, um, and again, only price can make a change in quantity supplied. Okay, price is really the main focus on the sellers. Okay, they look at that kind of stuff. Okay, and again, the last part, the change in supply is when suppliers offer different amounts of products for sale at all possible prices in the market. Okay, now a student asked me some years ago, is there any time where that's not really true? Um, well, kind of, because like if you look at this graph where it says change in supply, that first one, um, that basically shows that people are buying more of a product, not because it's cheap, they're willing to spend that price, but it moved. Why would it move? Well, a lot of times it's because of influencers. People say, "Oh, you should buy this, you should get this," you know, and it doesn't matter the price; they're going to buy it because someone suggested it and somebody who is a well trusted person, you know, uh, that causes people to buy something, even though again it may not be on sale because some influencer, some celebrity, or whoever endorsed that product. Okay. Now, cost of inputs. This supply might increase because of a decrease in the cost of outputs. Things like labor and packaging, which does happen once in a while, where some companies, are fighting each other so that companies hire them to deliver packages throughout our country. So they'll lower the price. Now, here's the sad thing: when something like that happens, the companies doesn't say, "Oh, well, now that we're paying less, we should charge less." That doesn't happen, sadly. They say, "Okay, well, we have this extra money that we would have put into paying UPS or whatever. Let's increase our supply. Let's get more product so we can make more products." Now, that's if the price drops. Now, if the price of things increase, like labor and people getting pay raises and stuff like that, companies then do the opposite. They don't say, "Oh, we're going to buy more product to make more product." They cut back. Let's see if we can get some cheaper material. Let's see if we can buy this other material. If we can't get cheaper material, maybe find us a place that might sell it cheaper to us. So they look at ways to cut corners and to reduce spending and things like that because again, price increase for whatever reason. Okay. Another thing too interesting is typically when technology is introduced to businesses, it tends to shift the supply curve to the right, which is a good thing. A great example is back in the like 1910s, 1920s. Um, Cars took basically all day to make. It took a long time to make a car because the thing is, people had to come and to the car and you start working, put the tires, put the axle, do all this, put the engine, put the muffler. I mean, they just had to go to it. Then Henry Ford introduced the assembly line, which brought the car to the people. So the people just had to get, and they each had a job. So one person would put tire on the driver's side, and then another tire on the back of the driver's side, and then somebody on the opposite side would do the same thing for the passenger side. You know, uh, and then some person would put screw on the windshield wipers or whatever, things like that. And so everyone had a job, one thing they're supposed to do as the car is coming through. And then it got to the point where making a car only took like 18 minutes, like not even that much time, because again, technology, it brought the car to the people instead of the people going to the car. Okay. Subsidies. It's a really, really interesting thing because the thing is, it's a government payment to individuals, businesses, or groups. Okay. Um, to make it into simple terms, it's like welfare for businesses. Okay. Farmers are a really big one. You know, farmers get subsidies. Some farmers are paid not to grow food. You know, some farmers are paid if their crops die. Like right now, it's wintertime, so uh, oranges are on the trees, and if the winter freezes and the oranges get destroyed, the government pays the farmers. The farmers still get their money, and then on top of that, those oranges that are okay, that do survive, those farmers can then sell them at a higher price because the thing is, now there's not that much oranges, so and the demand for it is pretty high, so they can raise the price. So yeah, okay. Now again, thing is, like some of you guys know, I'm from Tulare. That's where I am right now, here in my home in Tulare. Um, the thing is, there's a lot of farmers here. And I've heard farmers say things like, oh, these people on welfare and things like that. Oh, they're taking from the system. I'm like, yeah, but so are you guys. Oh, well, it's different for us. No, it's not. You're taking money from the government, which you say these people on welfare are doing. Y'all doing the same thing. It's no different. Okay. There really is no different. Now, here's the other thing, too. Again, my mistake. There is no question on here. So what I want you to do is on the part where it says the question and the lines, um, just put no question. That's all you got to put. Don't exit out. Don't scrape. Get your pencil and shade it or anything like that. Just put no question, and you will get full credit for it. Okay. Now, if you don't put it, and hey, that tells me you didn't watch this video, and yeah, you don't get full credit for that. Okay, so just that's all you got to put, nothing more, no question. So once you do that, you're done with this lesson. So hopefully you learned something new. Hopefully you enjoyed it. So with that being said, guys, you take care, you be safe, and I'll see you guys later. Okay.